You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. This is our live Q&A. Sarah Small, what up, girl? She got this super chat in there. I want Rivers on my Colts. Love Chat Sports. Well, if you love Chat Sports, go check out our top destinations video for Phillip Rivers. You will see the Colts on there.
Colts make sense. Obviously, I was in Indianapolis for the Combine, my first live show since being back from it. The Colts quarterback talk was very prevalent in Indianapolis. Kind of crazy, right? Rivers, I think, makes particular sense. And this was brought up to me. I hadn't really considered before, but it's really smart. Jim Irsay hasn't had a situation where he doesn't have a franchise guy. He went from Manning to Luck, which is unbelievable of a succession plan in NFL history. Brissett's not his guy. He, I think, might try and push a little bit further for a Phillip type and still draft somebody as well. So I think Rivers does make sense for Indy, especially if Jim Irsay has a little bit more influence here.
Let's go to this next question from Raider Zach, and remember to use hashtag FA. That tells our producer to put the question on the screen. Is Byron Jones worth $17 million a year to bring to the Raiders in free agency?
You want to start with this one?
I'm going to say yes.
Good answer, Mitch.
I think Byron Jones, I had a lot of people like Mitch, he doesn't force turnovers. I don't care. He locks people up. And the important thing is when a receiver does catch the ball on Byron Jones, they don't go anywhere. You want to lock up the one side of the field, have Trevor Mullen on the other side. Byron Jones is my number one top candidate for the Raiders.
I need one of two things from my cornerbacks. I either need a lot of takeaways. Byron doesn't do that very well. Or someone who doesn't let his man get open. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure corners are supposed to cover. Yeah, I'm going to pay Byron. The Cowboys aren't. He's going to be a free agent. Watch out for the Eagles and the Giants.
Appreciate the question, Raider Zach. Let's go to Jarryd Sanchez. Who should the Steelers sign in free agency? I know we are tight on cap.
Good
so,
question.
Jarryd, it's a very good question. I actually just watched Deadpool 2 nights ago. I need some more suggestions on Netflix, though, because I'm running out. So, who should the Steelers sign in free agency? I know that they're tight on cap. You have any suggestions for me?
Money's an issue here for Pittsburgh. I think they're going to try and bring back Bud Dupree. If they can't, you're probably looking for maybe a cheaper edge rusher option. I don't know what he's going to cost. How about Eric Ebron? I think tight end's an area of need for Pittsburgh. I don't think it's going to be that expensive on a 1-year, $5 million deal.
Prove it deal?
Who says no?
Maybe the Steelers.
That's about right. I think it's a good idea.
All right, how about this? Who's the best free agent quarterback? Type it in the comments. It's not Dak Prescott.
Because he's not going to be available in free agency. So good answer, Mitch.
It's not Dak Prescott.
Who is it then?
Anybody but Dak. I don't know.
Okay. You're just trying to troll. Okay.
Yeah, you said cereal isn't a soup. It clearly is.
It's not.
Clearly is. Who's the best free agent quarterback? We'll give some shout-outs because I don't want to hear Tom.
If you need him for 1 year.
Durlemy says Brady. John Lou Brady. Victor Brady. Teddy Bridgewater. So far, we are 0 for 4 on Dax.
It's not Brady, guys.
Teddy
It's
Bridgewater.
Not 2016.
Drew Brees. He's.
I can't argue against Teddy.
Somebody said Tua.
It's part of the contract I signed.
Tua's already the best. Russell Wilson, maybe not. All right, who's the best free agent quarterback? Appreciate you guys weighing in. Let's go to the Ponsik Show. Can you see the Cowboys getting Snack Harrison on a cheap deal?
I would like it. I think the Cowboys are going to adjust the way they evaluate players. McCarthy, at least from what he's told us here in Dallas, is that he's not going to demand a certain scheme fit in the same way that Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard did. So Snacks will fit his new scheme because he's a good player. He wants good players. Figure out the scheme and the exact fit later once your roster is more built out. So I hope so. He's going to have interest, though, and I still wonder if the Cowboys are going to go too cheap on that front. But Snacks does fit the comp pick game since he was cut. That should intrigue teams like the Cowboys and others.
Let's go to Bradley. I want to talk to your dad, Goodell. Littleton to the Packers, please. So Cory Littleton, he's my top linebacking free agent, a really good player, UDFA in 2016. I think he's just one of those dudes that shows up, plays football, and just goes out and balls. I think what the Packers need to figure out is what they're going to do with Blake Martinez.
I would rather have Cory Littleton.
And it's not even close.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So
Blake Martinez is primetime 140 tackles, but he's really not that good at football.
That's why maybe tackles were the best stat to evaluate there. I would like Littleton in Green Bay. The price might be a bit of an issue here. I wonder if you could kind of blow it out of the water and if you could get $13 million, and that might be too much on Green Bay's end. But if they do want to spend big at linebacker, I think he'd be a fantastic fit.
Let's go to Jay Mitch here. This is an interesting. Yep, I know.
The answer's no.
I know.
The answer's no.
What are the chances the Rams franchise tag Deontay Fowler and trade him with a second-round pick for Von Miller?
0. It is a brilliant idea for the Rams, but J. Mitch, my friend, there is
technically nothing's impossible. It's 0.
Okay, it's 0.0000001. How about that?
All right. For breaking news during free agency, like Von Miller getting traded for a second-round pick,
That's a very
we would be doing it here live on the show. So hit that sub button and notification bell so you know every single time we pump out a video, and we're going to be doing videos the entire offseason around free agency. Got you, JJ Mitch, or J Mitch, whatever it is. Appreciate you watching.
Literally still on your screen.
Is it?
Great job, buddy.
Here we go. Matt S. Where will Robert Quinn play next season?
I think he sticks with the Cowboys because the Cowboys want to pay edge rushers and not corners because they haven't learned their lessons from, the prime Tony Romo era, but that's okay. I think it's the Cowboys. If his market is stronger than anticipated, I think he could price himself out, but I think he liked being in Dallas this past year.
Agreed.
So I think the Cowboys are the favorite on this one, but there are going to be plenty of teams who have some semblance of interest in him.
Let's now go to my man Caleb Landry using that hashtag FA to get your question on the show. What's happening with running back Isaiah Crowell? Are the Raiders keeping him? Well, first they need to figure out whether or not that Achilles is fully healthy. They brought him in last year. From what I personally believe, I do not believe Isaiah Crowell will be on the Raiders this upcoming season. They've already signed Jalen Richard, 2 years, $7 million. I think they're going to invest in another running back, a bigger running back, whether that is free agency or the draft. But in terms of Isaiah Crowell coming off an Achilles, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go to AGRO Speedy. Needs to, you guys know what he needs to do. Trent Williams to the Browns for a 4th, and Larry.
Try it. Just try it.
I can never get it.
Ojanobi.
Ojanobi.
It doesn't look at all like it's spelled out. This is an interesting idea. I think frankly, I think both teams end up saying no. It's creative, but the Redskins do not need more defensive line talent. Okay. Like, they've got a lot of that already. Frankly, their interior guys from that 5-0 technique, those 3-4 defensive ends to the nose guard, are actually in really good shape. Deron Payne, Matt Iodonis, they've got Jonathan Allen. They don't need him. So that's a no for the Redskins. And for the Browns, they're kind of thin on the defensive line. So, yeah, you could draft somebody else or sign somebody else, so that wouldn't be a huge blocker there. But I don't think it's quite the right player involved, but I do like the creativity there.
So, AGRO Speedy, you need to get a picture, and everyone needs to get some free money in their pocket at BetDSI, the internet's #1 sports book. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120. It's going to get you a 120% deposit bonus. So, if you want to bet on the MLB, if you want to bet on the NFL next year, heck, if you want to bet on who's going to win the XFL, guess what? We got you. Houston Roughnecks at plus 165 odds.
A long cry from the Dallas Renegades being the betting favorite. They've kind of regressed. DC started off hot. Houston was playing really well as of late.
Yep, that's my 2 cents of that. The Houston Roughnecks, I have been seeing they've at least been putting up points. I feel like they're the only team that's been scoring offense.
DC's been able to score a little bit as well, which has been nice, but it's not been great offenses for the XFL teams.
Again, that is at BetDSI. It is the internet's #1 sports book. Let us know in the comments. Type BetDSI if you're already started with them. Now, okay, we got a super chat rolling in here. Remember, you can use hashtag FA, or you can do a super chat like Sarah did, like the Popos did to get on the show. Cowboys dump Dak, get Nathan Peterman. Wow.
He's triggering me, and it's working.
I mean, Nathan Peterman is obviously an upgrade over Dak Prescott.
If you're trying to tank, yes, it's a brilliant idea.
Imagine Nathan Peterman. All right, Fernando Gonzalez, what's up, my dude? Do the Cowboys have enough to sign Dak and get Jadeveon Clowney?
They could make it work. The issue is if you, let's say you give Dak, it's 77, we'll slice that in half there. So you have plenty of money available. Still after that point, even if you're giving Dak $38.5 million, which you're not going to give him that much, you got almost 40 to play with. So yeah, you could sign Clowney. But if you sign Clowney, you give him, we'll round up, we'll just say 15 to balance out the Dak side of it. You're not going to be able to retain Byron Jones. You're not going to be able to potentially retain Amari Cooper. So it is possible, but I don't think the Cowboys are going to invest premium money and have 2 of the highest paid edge rushers at the cost of their spots. So possible, yes. Likely, probably not.
Let's go to our next watcher, White Creek Radio. What team will swing big in free agency?
I think the Bills are a team to watch out for.
The Bills, definitely.
They have $82+ million in available money to spend this offseason. They're still not paying Josh Allen much. I think the cap's going to go up. Buffalo, I think, has timed this really, really well. I like them quite a bit as a big-time spender.
Let's go to Dare Leamy, get a picture. Which is the most underrated free agent this year?
I think and he's not going to reach free agency. I think Justin Simmons is one of the better safeties in the NFL, and no one really talks about him. Now, I think Denver's going to retain him, but that's a name I would throw out there.
I'm trying to think. Who's the safety from the Vikings?
Anthony Harris.
Yes. I actually think Anthony Harris is one of the most underrated players in the entire NFL. Like, if you go back and look the last 2 years, I'd argue he's the best safety, and that Vikings defense is going to look a whole lot different next year. Okay, so we're talking about best safeties. Let's go to this. Who's the best head coach in the NFL?
Bill Belichick. Right?
Maybe.
Isn't it Bill?
Sure. Yeah, probably Bill. But, like, at least make an argument for somebody else. Like, you could at least say, well, Bill Belichick's just really good because of Tom Brady. Or is Tom Brady really good because of Bill Belichick?
I mean, I don't like playing
I
that
don't know.
game
Maybe
because,
we can decide.
Because
Tom,
we
go to
can't
another
figure
team.
it out. Like, there was no way of knowing. Like,
there is a way.
You have, well, I mean, the teams are different now, so you can't really play very well. If they didn't have this guy a couple of years ago, how would it have been? I think it's pretty clearly Bill Belichick.
Okay, let's go to this. Probably the best head coach in the league, Flex Downey. I'm too sexy for Taysom. Peterman thought. I just want you to say, I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
I appreciate you photoshopping my head onto a ripped human being. Makes me feel better about myself. Thank you very much.
I didn't think it was photoshopped at all. Why not?
Clearly is.
If the Chiefs trade Chris Jones, could they sign Byron Jones or re-sign Kendall Fuller?
Yeah, that would free up a lot of their cap space. I'm not actually sure that's the route I want to go. I think you could. I think you could trade or keep Chris Jones and Kendall Fuller if you can keep Fuller's price down just a little bit. But I don't like the idea of moving on from Chris Jones to sign Byron Jones. I'd rather sign the guy that I know fits really well in my scheme and figure out corner elsewhere with cheaper options.
I think they should put Kendall Fuller back to safety when he was really, really good. Let's go to Jason Douglas. Okay, do you think if Brady leaves, New England signs Amari Cooper just as a middle finger to Brady?
I don't think they would be making moves just to get revenge on Tom Brady. Belichick's trying to win. I think he's going to be trying to
nobody
win
at the wide
games.
receiver
So
position.
even if Brady stays, if Cooper does somehow hit the open market, I think that would be a target for the New England Patriots, yeah.
Let's go to one of my Raider fans here. Let's go to King Higgins. What's up, my dude? Raiders should sign Cory Littleton and Byron Jones and draft 2 wide receivers in the first round of the draft. I don't mind the idea. My only problem with that is the wide receivers, it's very, very deep. So for me, I would rather the Raiders maybe go out and get a Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb with one of their first picks. And then depending on who you get in free agency, there's a lot of solid cornerbacks. I've seen even Javon Kinlaw slide down to 19, would be pretty crazy to me. But Cory Littleton, Byron Jones, yeah, I would absolutely take both those players on the Raiders. Let's go to Stick Gorilla. Should the Jets ditch Sam Darnold and sign Teddy Bridgewater?
No.
No.
Mostly because the Jets have seen both of those quarterbacks.
I know.
They had Teddy Bridgewater with Sam Darnold. You stick with Darnold because you're giving up on Sam Darnold is 22 years old? Let me double check.
He's a baby.
Like, Sam Darnold, he's 22 years old. He's still super young. Like, you don't bail on your franchise quarterback for a guy you think is going to be your franchise quarterback, even though I love Teddy. I'm not sure that's much of an upgrade, and you're not paying less. You're paying more to make that happen. I don't think it's a good idea for the Jets.
Well, speaking of Sam Darnold, we got a price drop on a jersey, and if he gets traded, it's probably going to drop even more. So Nike jerseys now under $80, and remember, you buy the jersey, and shipping is 100% free. Go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. Jerseys of all NFL teams, players, different color schemes. We're trying to show you the big name players.
I love the Houston red, by the way.
The Houston red?
I think
Is that a Houston Roughnecks jersey?
Battle red, I think it's what it's called. I like that a lot.
Again, we'll put it in the comments. We'll put it in the description so it's easy to find. They'll get set up the offseason. If you're going to the NFL draft, wear your favorite team at the draft. I know Tom and I, pretty sure we're going to be there. Go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. Remember to use hashtag FA. We're going to go to one of our most loyal watchers, Barrett B49. Will the Ravens sign a safety to replace Tony Jefferson?
They have explored it before. I think they were one of the unnamed teams involved in the Jamal Adams trade talk, so it's certainly plausible. I will make note at safety, though. They did re-sign Chuck Clark to a 4-year deal for at least a little bit amount of money, so I would wonder if they're just going to let Chuck Clark have a chance at that starting job and then reevaluate later on. So if there's a deal they like, absolutely, but I would keep an eye out for Chuck Clark potentially being the guy with Earl Thomas next season.
Let's go to Anthony Manzano. Predictions on the players my Dolphins might sign during free agency with the amount of cap room they have. Believe it or not, I actually don't think they signed a lot of players.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to end up doing. I think trench play is going to have to be a huge option for them. So Joe Downey, the Patriots offensive guard, that'd be a great pickup for them. They also have some ties there with Brian Flores. Brandon Schreff, if you can find a way to bring him in. Jack Conklin, if he's an available free agent, and the Titans allow him to hit the open market, that could be a great option for them. And then they desperately need edge guys as well. So Clowney does not want to be there. So you can go ahead and cross off Clowney on that one. Yannick Ngakoue maybe could be a fit potentially. Kyle Van Noy, we know he would fit that scheme pretty well. I doubt Robert Quinn comes back. Shaq Lawson could be a decent buy low candidate. So I think trench play is where the Dolphins are going to try and spend some money this offseason.
Let's go to Stats McGruff. Will Chiefs add Chris Harris Jr.?
This is
based off of the
look,
Honey Badger, Chris Harris Jr. going back
I'm not
and
even
forth.
engaging on the question. That's Harrison Graham photoshopped on another ripped person. So
Oh my God!
I'm not sure whose burner this is here at the office, but y'all wildin' today. I don't think Chris Harris goes to Kansas City. I think he'll go elsewhere. Chiefs will have interest, but I think the price point might be a little bit too high.
Oh, Jarryd, what do we got, man? Will AB be on a team this upcoming season, and what team? I will be making a video. I talked to James about making a video for the top teams for Antonio Brown. I want to say yes, but I also want to say FAB.
Okay, that's why not both? Is my response there. So I am intrigued by it. I will certainly monitor it. I don't want to touch him. I don't want him on my team. There is a chance, but I kind of wonder if he's just blown through all of his chances too quickly.
I agree. So Tom's favorite player of all time is Antonio Brown. So we want to know from you.
Nice try.
Throw in the comments section who your favorite player of all time is.
Romo.
Romo?
Forever, Tony Romo.
See, for me, it's split. I've always been a big fan of Drew Brees.
Okay, that's a good choice too.
But now, since covering the Raiders, I'm probably going to go with either Crosby or Bo Jackson.
That's your boy, is Crosby. Yeah, that's fair.
So who's your favorite player of all time?
That's fair.
We'll give some shout-outs. Barrett B says Peyton Manning. Another big Peyton Manning fan right here. Doug Williams.
Shout-out. Okay, I like that one.
Russell Williams.
Producer Alicia says that she loves Doug.
Terrell Owens. Matt S. is going to go Tony Romo. Ray Lewis from Durlimi. Revis Island from Stick Gorilla. Dante Hightower.
Terry Glenn.
Okay. Jordy Nelson.
I don't know who she is. Bill Parcells fans will get that joke.
Terrell Davis.
Good one.
The Snake. Ray. Brady. Lamar Houston. Who is your favorite player of all time?